happened. He's got to be thinking inside his cockpit right now.
Whoa! Big crash! Major incident. Kenny Breck getting way high.
Down the backstretch, at the end of the backstretch, there's the contact, and Breck's car up into the wall, virtually splitting in half. And here is the shot now from the end of the backstretch. It's a crash very reminiscent of Davey Hamilton's accident here a few years ago, in which he sustained very severe leg damage. The catch fence keeping the car contained inside the racetrack, but
it was a big list of broken things. I broke the sternum, shattered the back, I broke my femur a couple of places, crushed my ankles, and a couple of ribs. Didn't find that out till 2 or 3 weeks later, because that was kind of minor at the time, but it was a big accident, that's for sure. Apparently the doctor at the track had small plastic bags where he collected bones out of the right and the left ankles, and he marked these plastic bags left ankle, right ankle, and he sent them with the helicopter to the hospital.
Long straightaway, and for the first time in an Indycar.
One car with an engine going, it looked like, and no, against the wall.
That looks like Mark Blundell. Oh, he looks like he's okay, but he's moving in the car.
Mark Blundell, a stream of smoke. I don't know if it was because the engine went or because he was already losing it. Hard against the wall, but he climbs out immediately, and of course the yellow comes out. So we're in our second yellow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, his motor was definitely going. Somebody was very lucky there. That looked almost. Oh.
Oh, that's a lucky impact.
That's a lucky impact for him to walk away. And I'll tell you who else was lucky. Was it looked like his teammate?
Well, maybe not so lucky. Let's hope he's okay. The IndyCar safety team, Dr. Steve Aldy, was the man over him. Look at him pass right behind his teammate. Tucks his nose under his wing. Not a good angle to hit the wall. Car does what it's supposed to, though. That disintegration is good. That's energy leaving the car.
Seat belts were 5 inches longer than what they were manufactured. So that tells you that my body went forward in such a way they stretched 5 inches. The monocoque of that race car was 2 inches narrower than what it was manufactured.
Mark Blundell.
4 fractures in my right foot. My knees were like basketballs. My internal organs had moved, so the cartilage muscle was stripped off the sternum, and my lungs and ribs had collided. I'd hit my head against the steering wheel and also against the side of the wall, and I had a hematoma, so I had a blood clot in the brain.
There fairly quickly. Breck picks up the lead. Oh, and Zanardi, with a terrible crash. Yellow is out.
And there's the marbles on the outside there. Sato gets loose. Oh,
no. Oh, my goodness. That is a horrifying ride for Dario Franchitti.
Oh, man. That is an oval crash.
And that car is certainly destroyed, but you can see Mike moving inside the car. He's going on the inside of Ryan Hunter-Reay. This reminds me almost of Dan Weldon's crash here in turn 3 and 4 quite a few years ago. And the car is up into the fence, which is almost reminiscent of Kenny Breck's accident at Texas quite a few years ago, guys. Very, very lucky.
You know, he was incredibly lucky that he did not go head into that fence. That is a horrible impact. Wow.
All right, let's go on board from Helio Castroneves' point of view.
You can see Mike was trying for some reason to go on the inside.
Wow, he almost collected Anna Beatrice. Now from Ryan Hunter-Reay's car.
So you can see that he got hit on the inside and up over the top, and you can see Ryan Hunter-Reay moving his hands, and he looks up in front of him and he goes, my gosh, I can't believe that.
Oh, wow.
The first ever Grand Prix of Indianapolis is about to start. Oh, the pole sitter doesn't get going. Oh!
There is not a worse place to stall.
Car on your left-hand side will not get off the grid.
He didn't even move.
Saavedra. Everybody else is starting to go around him. Now the car coming from the back doesn't see him. And that first car that hits him is Carlos Munoz. And then from then on, the debris is flying.
I think Montoya just stalled back there, too.
Could be. There could be a problem starting the...
Charlie Kimball, I think, on the right-hand side, also just a slow start. Oh, he just about got through, but... And it all happens so very fast because there is spotters here for these drivers to...
Next year.
Oh! Looks like Oriol Servia.
Watch carefully. You don't see any movement yet. He is, in fact, moving in the cockpit.
Coming down into the second corner, you can see Oriol get up and over the back of Mauricio Gugelmin's car. Watch it again. Fortunately, he landed right side up. As you said, Paul, the great danger of open wheel racing is wheel-to-wheel contact. Car digs in.
One of the pieces that you see bouncing is actually the brace, the horseshoe that fits around the driver's helmet to help keep the head of the driver steady and in place. You'll see it here flip out to the left.
6 Pacific on ABC. Back to racing here at Joliet, Illinois, Chicagoland Speedway. There's your leader, Thomas Scheckter, followed by Sam Horn as part of the Penske team. Dan Weldon, the current points leader. Tony Kanaan sits in 4th. And Dario Franchitti, we've got a big yellow coming into turn 4. All kinds of debris, and it's the 33, the back end. That is Ryan Briscoe, who initially qualified on the pole. And here it is again. Here's how they come into 3, Scotty.
Actually, you can see on the very underside, what a ride that was. Remember we had last year with Buddy Rice getting airborne coming out of turn 2 when they touched wheels. And here's the situation. Briscoe going underneath. Barron trying to come down on the racetrack. They both are going for the same piece of real estate. And what ends up happening is those rubber tires touch, and then all of a sudden the car starts to go in the air. Remember, we're going 215 miles an hour. Look at all the debris that's going all around the racetrack. This will be a long cleanup time.
At Oakville, Ontario's James Hinchcliffe was taken to hospital and underwent emergency surgery on his upper left thigh following a crash during an Indianapolis 500 practice run today. Hinchcliffe had just posted a lap speed of 221 miles per hour when an apparent failure to his front right suspension sent him slamming into the wall on corner 3. After the crash, the 4-time Indycar winner was awake when taken by ambulance to local hospital. The accident comes just a day after IndyCar sanctioned reduced speeds and increased downforce after having 3 drivers slip their cars within the last week. IndyCar temporarily shut down the track to conduct an investigation.
See, here is the crash.
Well, they're taking... Oh, contact was made between Schrader and Sarah Fisher back there. She just kind of ran over some stuff. But Schrader and Hamilton, when they got together, let's see what happens as they... Oh,
Schrader blew his engine. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. Everybody was a victim of circumstances right there. It wasn't anybody's fault. When that engine let go, Schrader couldn't do anything.